How to attract more positive, loving, supportive people into your life, also known as how to get rid of and stop attracting toxic people into your life. Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name's Lucie, and on this channel I share all kinds of things about personal development, spirituality, and how to become the best version of you. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 habits to kick to the pavement, to say goodbye to, in order to start attracting an even better quality of people into your life. Now, what's interesting is that since I kicked these 3 habits, at least to the best of my ability, I'm still an imperfect human, I still slip up, but in general, since I've made a huge shift from dropping these 3 habits, I've even noticed that some of the same people as before are still in my life, but they have changed the way that they are responding to me, to becoming much more positive, much more understanding, much more compassionate, much less mean. And it's very interesting, and that they actually haven't changed in general like this. They can still be like that to other people, but I've noticed that they've been less negative and toxic towards me. So that's really interesting, and I hope that that brings something kind of new to this video that maybe you haven't seen in previous videos before, because maybe there's people in your life, maybe you're related to them and you don't want to totally cut them out in your life, but it would maybe make your life a lot easier if you could have a relationship with them where you are attracting their more positive attributes more than their negative attributes. So these 3 things are habits that you can change within yourself in order to attract the better qualities in others. I'm first of all going to start off by saying, how many of you can relate to the fact that when you are surrounded by different people, a different version of you shows up, right? The version of you energetically who shows up when you are at work, the version of you when you are a parent with your children, the version of you when you are snuggled up on the sofa or dressed up on a night out, like different versions of you show up in those different times, right? And that's not a bad thing. That's just evidence that we are multifaceted human beings who have multiple ways of showing up energetically and towards different environments and with different people. You might find that some people bring out the best in you while others bring out the worst in you every time you're with them. You might even be watching yourself being like, why am I being like this? I don't like this side of me, but this side of me seems to be more powerful when I'm with these other people, right? So it's time to take back control, not only of what version of you want to show up as, but also you can control what version of other people you experience by you being in control of how you show up. So the first habit to kick to the pavement is gossiping. When I grew up at school, at university, we had a culture, especially girls with girls, we would love to gossip. It brought us some sort of weird happiness to be able to gossip about other girls and, anything embarrassing that had happened, or, their breakup or someone cheating on someone else. Like, we would love all of that kind of thing. And, I could blame my environment and say that was just the culture, and it was just the culture. But yeah, I participated in it just as much as the next girl, right? And then on my personal development journey, one of my mentors said in quite an extreme way, he said that gossip is basically like throwing battery acid onto your dreams and your manifestations and whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. I'm guessing because the vibration of to be gossiping about other people, to be focusing on and getting joy, getting some weird kind of joy from seeing other people's lives falling apart, like that's a pretty low vibration. And obviously, if your goal is to raise your vibration so that you can attract not just more materialistic things, but like a generally better, more beautiful, more easy, more peaceful, more harmonious version of life, if you want to attract that version of life, then gossip is not in alignment with that. Okay, so when he first said this to me, I was like, damn it, because I find gossiping quite fun. That was where I was at. And, you know, I was thinking, wow, some of my friendships, like, I don't know if we will even have a friendship if we couldn't gossip, because that's all we do. You know, so when I learned this piece of information, I thought, right, he said it with such passion that I'm definitely going to take this seriously. And I began to practice letting go of that habit of gossiping. And if ever I felt my gossip muscle starting to flex, if ever I felt like that the conversation was going in that direction, instead, I decided, right, I'm going to look at maybe how we can be a bit more compassionate. Maybe I'll change the subject completely. Maybe I'll just divert the conversation elsewhere. Or there have even been times where I've just thought, you know what, I'm going to just politely make my exit, because this whole environment is just, everyone's just in a gossip fest right now. And I'm suddenly so much more consciously aware of how toxic that is. Okay? So kicking gossip to the side is very important. Not only to just raising your vibration, but think about it like you and where you're at energetically is also that you bring out different versions of people. So some of you might be thinking, you know, but I'm not an evil person, and why is this person so mean to me? If maybe you are bullied or abused by somebody and you think, why are they always so mean to me? Are you mean to yourself? So that brings me on to the next habit to let go of, is that if you practice, even if you don't want to, but if you regularly practice self-hate, self-disgust, self-criticism, being mean to yourself, bullying yourself, then that is also what you're going to attract in the people who are around you. I'm speaking from personal experience because I used to be a lot more mean to myself than I am now. I still have my critical moments, but in general, I've been practicing being my own best friend, being my own biggest cheerleader, recognizing myself and writing down what I'm proud of each day and focusing on how good I am as a person. Like, you know, now that is what I do. But a few years ago, I'd feel very embarrassed just about myself and humiliated at the thought of me putting myself out there and just cringing at myself. I was just really not a fan of who I was. So it really, looking back now, you know, the fact that there were people who would, you know, bully me and really be really, really mean to me in particular, it does kind of make sense. Right, so the first habit to let go of is gossiping. The second habit to let go of is self-hate, self-criticism, bullying yourself. Start treating yourself with respect, and let me know what you start to notice, a new version showing up within the people around you. And the third and final thing, at least for this video, I'm sure the list is longer than 3, but these are the 3 key things that I have experience with and that I can recommend are habits for you to work on letting go of. The third habit is judging other people. This is kind of similar to gossip, but you see, gossip involves you conversing with somebody else, telling somebody and listening to all this gossip, right? Even if you decide to stop gossiping with anyone else, that doesn't stop you from judging. What's the conversation you have with you and you? It's almost like internal gossiping when you're maybe scrolling through Instagram and you see someone who looks absolutely gorgeous, or you see someone who's really winning at life, or you see someone who's not very attractive or you know, got some real problems in their life, you know, and how are you maybe getting a little bit of joy out of the fact that this person's struggling? Or if somebody looks absolutely perfect, maybe to make yourself feel a little bit better, do you pick away and look for their flaw and look at something that's not good in their life? You know, are you looking for the pain in their life to make yourself feel better? That's not the only way. It's not the best way. It's really not a good way to make yourself feel better about yourself. Instead, let them be them. Be okay with, be happy with, be joyful for them if they are having a great life, okay? Allow seeing somebody else doing really well at life to be a beautiful reminder of what's possible for you and for each and every person on this planet. That reality could exist for you as well. Or also, if you have attracted vibrationally, if you believe that you're constantly manifesting everything, if you manifest seeing someone who's living their best life, you could use that as a huge opportunity to go, awesome, cool, that's an indication that I'm kind of at that vibration. Let's get more there. Let's allow this photo of somebody else living their best life to help me to get clearer on visualizing myself living my best life. And you turn this picture that could just make you feel jealous into a picture that actually helps you get more onto that vibration than ever before, right? So don't judge people who are living a good life. Don't judge people who are living a bad life. Just don't judge. Just hold compassion and love and respect and curiosity to maybe find a way to understand those people who just seem so different to you, who might have totally different belief systems to you. Like, I think the world would be a lot more peaceful and a lot less negative if people looked at other people who have different ideologies, different political persuasions, different skin colors, different fashion, different music, different culture. Like, what if you looked at those people without judgment, without a feeling of like, oh, they're that group of people and I'm this group of people, therefore we don't get on. Curious to learning and understanding what the world must be like from that person's perspective, or curious to learning what kind of upbringing they must have had to become that kind of person. Like, it's not even about being nice to them, it's about you taking care of the energy that you are constantly emitting. You know, this is it. It's not about them, it's about you. If you've watched this video because you want to see how you can, in 3 free ways that only require you don't require anyone else to be able to attract and change the people that you are experiencing in your life. I've just given you 3 free ways to change the version of people that are showing up to you. So practicing compassion is so much better than practicing judgment. And what you give to other people, just as a little bonus thing to finish up here, what you give to other people in terms of the energy you give them, the compassion, the love, the empowerment, the support, the kindness, you know, that's also going to be mirrored back to you, okay? So if you're being bullied right now, if you're feeling like a victim, you know, work on how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself. Work on practicing seeing yourself as a strong individual, as a champion. This might take time, this might feel a million miles away, but if you're kind to yourself and you stop bullying yourself, then at least that's one less person who's bullying you for now. And also, the kinder and kinder you are to yourself, the more kindness you're going to attract from other people too. So, no more gossiping, no more self-hate, no more judging others. And let me know if any of that really resonated with you guys. At the very least, if you feel like, will this work, won't this work? Your life will be easier. You will be wasting less of your energy if you cut out these 3 habits. And in best case scenario, it could completely transform your life and the people that you are attracting. So if you enjoyed this, give it a big thumbs up. Remember to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell before you go so that you never miss a video. Until next time, love you guys, and remember to love yourself.